Welcome back to Panasonic Live at IBC 2017. We're outputting onto YouTube, onto Facebook, and you can catch all the latest news on our website, which is business.panasonic.eu. One of the stars of the show really this week has been about our collaborations within our live studio environment here in Hall 11, stand C45. And one of those collaborations is actually Polecam, and Steffan Hewitt is here to tell us a little bit more about the collaboration that we have. So give us some background on Polecam and your involvement.
Well, in my former life, I was really an extreme sports cameraman and was struggling in the windsurfing environment to get a certain shot, and ended up using a windsurfing mast with a mini cam on the end, tracking windsurfers at speed. One thing led to another, and within a year we developed a full remote head pan and tilt unit to go on this super lightweight carbon fiber arm that was originally worn and then became tripod mounted. We were very instrumental in a lot of sport and music, and 19 years later we're still here and still growing. But as you know, in this industry you can't stop, you can't sit back on your laurels. We need to continuously innovate, and so one of the things that we really wanted to do was to add that other dimension into pan, tilt and zoom. I've worked a lot with Panasonic over the years, and we developed a system called Autopod, which it's not a tripod or monopod, it was an autopod. And it was originally developed for the medical industry, which didn't like tripods in theatre, so we had to come up with a very neat compact because they needed to be able to adjust the height. But because we did things to a broadcast standard, the movement of this and the stops and the starts was very much on-air capable. Yeah. So we realized very quickly, using Panasonic's PTZs, that we could add that fourth dimension for them and that movement up and down. And we've now worked quite closely with Panasonic, with Dean and his team, to put these cameras into, say, a rock and roll environment, but to add that more dimension. And we love working with Panasonic because they like to listen to what people want. And if you say to them, well, what I actually really need from you is this information, maybe something to do with simple protocols. Yeah. So what we are now doing is integrating our leg into Panasonic's data command stream. So it's still just the single cable, and also to work from their desks. So they can pan, tilt, zoom, iris, focus, but also from their desk or from our dedicated foot switches, they can now raise the camera up and down on air.
What kind of applications are we seeing it used in?
Primarily rock and roll to start with, because having a cameraman on the stage is always getting in the way. Putting a nice, sleek PTZ in the way doesn't get in the way, and adding that movement is great, especially around behind the drums, being able to look out in the audience. And that's using their lovely matte black systems. But they also do white. Yeah. And lo and behold, what does Polecam do? We do a lot of work in operating theatres and medical. So instantly, straight away, we're seeing two extremes, from the rock and roll to the medical. We're also heavily involved in sport as well. Yeah. And to be honest, that's what we're here to do. That's why we've launched this here, because these customers that come in here, we probably haven't thought of 90% of what you can do with this, and that's why we're here to do this.
Steffan, thank you very much for joining us on Panasonic Live at IBC. Don't forget, you can come down and see the Autopod in action. It's on Hall 11, stand C45.